All right, guys, so welcome back to, I don't know if we've named this segment yet.
No name. Totally open. Still trying to figure that one out.
Captain's Chat, Locker Room Insider.
It's too corny.
Yeah.
Too corny. We need something that gets...
Turbo Talk.
Why are you even talking? We haven't even introduced you yet.
Yeah.
Pipe down.
Turbo Talk.
Apologies for our guests right now.
Yes.
Welcoming back, though, our esteemed leader on the pitch, your captain, Turbo Tobin. How you doing today, Turbo?
Didn't get the chance to play soccer tennis, so not going great. I got these two guys crashing my segment, so things could be better.
Yeah, so last week we kind of introduced this segment, and you said this would be solely for your own benefit. Guessing to enrich you after your playing career.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't kidding. This whole book thing is a real possibility. I got to preserve these bits of banter and things that go in the locker room. I keep forgetting this stuff, and guys like this are working their way into the book because they're so dumb. So,
so when the movie is the movie's inevitably turned into the book is turned into a movie. Sorry, who plays Turbo Tobin?
No question. I'm a huge method actor guy. If you're gonna do it, I need someone that's gonna be all in on being me.
Yeah.
I want him building his own canoes, learning how to throw hatchets. So there's only one guy that really comes to mind: Daniel Day-Lewis.
Love that.
Kings of New York. This guy was learning the part. He learned how to butcher. Last know he built canoes. He's my guy.
So can we expect him up here to kind of walk mile in your shoes?
If he wants to star in that movie, which is bound to be a blockbuster, he's gonna have to. And part of the reason I want him, he would do it.
Yeah.
And he would be excited about it.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be a part of this project?
Get to play soccer tennis every day.
Yeah, we got guys all over here.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of introduce who we got here with us?
Yeah, I think most people are aware of Brandon Eaton. Maybe not as many. The Tomato, Eric Leonard. Last week we kind of previewed, a little bit of what we're getting into this week. We're going to kind of go into it, but we brought them on site to kind of hopefully lay out for everyone how ridiculous this whole thing is, and hopefully bring enough ridicule on them where they change their ways and the locker room is a better place for it.
Yeah. So kind of quick reminder, Brendan and Eric, they have a Yu-Gi-Oh beef. As a quick reminder for everybody, I looked this up this morning. Yu-Gi-Oh is a Japanese collectible card battle game. The game sees players using a combination of monsters, spells, and traps to defeat their opponent. I won't name names, obviously Brandon and Eric. But there's been discussion that someone's mom was also potentially sending a Yu-Gi-Oh binder.
This is so absurd. This is the most ridiculous thing of all time. I don't even know anyone that plays Yu-Gi-Oh, much less two guys claiming to be professional soccer players, talking about binders and cards and monsters and spells. This is outrageous.
This is absurd, but in 2011, Guinness World Records called it the top-selling trading card game in history. 25.2 billion cards sold worldwide, most of them to Eric and Brandon.
Yeah, that lunch money didn't go very far. Allowance straight to Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Outrageous. In defense, these cards are going to be worth a fortune, so when you guys see me move into a mansion one day, you're going to know why. Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I'm guessing you guys have collections of Beanie Babies too, huh?
No comment.
Outrageous.
Sorry, so we need kind of this in-depth rundown. Turbo, why don't you give us the quick background of how this all started?
Yeah, well, kind of where I sit in the locker, I kind of have this corner seat. It's kind of nice. I only have one locker mate. I kind of like my own space. But unfortunately, I look just off center to my right, and I got these two yahoos, jabronis over there, and every morning, they're kind of chattering back and forth, but recently over the last month, there's been a little bit more at each other than normal. Mm. I don't even think the rest of the locker room notices because they just all kind of ignore these two. But, I finally was hey, there might be something going on here. We got to put out some fires before anything escalates. You got to keep the peace in the locker room.
Captain's role.
Yeah, you got to keep the boys firing all cylinders, especially moving to this playoff run. So I got these guys, went down to the Old Avenue Club there, had dinner with them, and tried to dig a little bit more. And turns out they've been playing this Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Xbox.
Yep. Okay.
I guess things started to line up for me because every day when I come into my apartment, I hear Eric talking. I keep thinking there's people in the apartment. Turns out he's got the old headset on, and I can hear Brandon off the TV, and they're just getting mad at each other. You played this monstrous dragon. Like, what are you doing?
True gamer.
It's absolutely outrageous. Anyway, it turned into me being like, why you guys at each other? I guess there's a disagreement over who's the better Yu-Gi-Oh player. All this is like stuff I didn't know. Like, there's multiple decks. Brandon saying like he throws out his best deck, and like Eric's a loser and is going to lose 40 out of 41 times. But if there's not the best decks being played, Eric thinks he's better. If they're going actual card version, this is where the binder stuff came in. Like, Eric's like, I'm calling my mom. She's FedExing it up.
Okay. So does Eric with the binder.
I mean, at that point, Brandon said he had a binder. So who knows? Like, there's a lot of binders.
Binder. I would say binders.
Crates.
I got a lot of
crates.
All right,
unbelievable. No, but so like I kind of started poking the bear a little bit and was like, for the sanctity of the locker room, let's get to the bottom of this, figure out who's the best, let's squash any disagreement there is. So we set up a Yu-Gi-Oh! Death match.
So let's dive into these binders and this kind of childhood interest. Brandon and Eric, if you guys could both tell us a little bit about how does a professional soccer player get interested in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, inform us because it's absolutely absurd.
I think Brandon would be a great person to take the lead on this one.
Brandon, go.
I mean, clearly, because I'm the best. So I got interested. I think I was about 9, 8 years old, and I was watching the show on TV, and it came on Kids WB every. I think it was like Tuesday. I come after school and I'd be like, new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh would be on, and I'd watch. I study up, hone my craft, and whenever I went to a Target or the mall, I'd see the little booster packs, and I'd beg my mom to get me that 7-pack of cards and build my decks. And
imagine if you put that time into soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Only difference between me and him is I'd probably, since I'm a year younger than him, I started around 10 years old. But I stopped right around 13, just like any normal teenager would. He said big mistake, but like I had other priorities going. I had school, soccer was starting to get bigger, but more recently he kind of introduced me to this online virtual game that is on the Xbox, and kind of got some feelings back into it, and that's how the game kind of started.
Perfect. So Turbo sets up the death match for you guys.
Yeah.
What was the week building up to the match itself? How do you prep? You got training responsibilities for the team. How do you juggle all this?
Well, for me, leading up into it, because I had won 40 times and only lost once before, I did no sort of preparation. I had full faith in my cards. You could say I regret it, but honestly, facing Eric, I didn't have any worries leading up to the time.
So I guess in this game, and this is what Brandon was saying all week, you got to have the heart of the cards. And he said he knew this heart of the cards. So this guy was sitting there, claimed that he wasn't sweating it. And so he tried to put it all on Eric, but as the week went on, and Eric was clearly getting more and more prepared, Brandon's, that little hard exterior started to crumble a little bit. But it was interesting. You saw this whole evolution throughout the week. So don't let him try to say he didn't have any thoughts about it. This guy was a hurricane of emotions inside.
I was more intrigued, being a passionate Yu-Gi-Oh player myself. In my head, I'm like, wow, I wonder what he's putting together. I hope it's good. I'm excited to see it. So
Don't let
those are the exact emotions I have. I was like, wow, a challenge. I'm excited for it.
I had to go a different route, being that since he had the game for 4+ years and I had it for a month, I had to really dive into the cards and find ones that could beat his deck. Yeah. So a couple ways is you can make different types of decks. One of them.
Can you describe these types of decks? Because when they were talking about this, it was like I almost wanted to shut this thing down and this can't happen. But again, gotta put the locker room.
Yeah, not to go full nerd mode, but there's a couple of legal decks that people used to battle with each other
and pay for.
Not pay for, but illegal decks that you can actually use to battle against each other. But unfortunately, right before the game, we established you had to have a legal deck, so that kind of cut out my top deck. But a night before, I ended up.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Of course not. Luckily, I was able to prepare. I did some research the night before, and at the end of the day, it got me a W. So I'm not too sad about that.
Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Hold on, we gotta go deeper on this because I just found out in the last 24 hours, post match, Eric's putting together spreadsheets. I don't know how you put together spreadsheets for Yu-Gi-Oh, but there was full on Excel involved. As soon as Excel in my head is this is outrageous.
Listen, when you have an away match, you have to prepare. You need to know who you're playing against. You need to know the players. You need to know what foot they are. Right? Yeah. You don't go into a battle cold, just like with Yu-Gi-Oh.
100%.
So I had to establish the cards that I needed. So I looked up some top decks that I can use to battle his type of deck. I made the little Excel sheet, checked off the cards when I got them on my game, and I was able to form a deck, make some of my own changes, and we were good to go.
What was Brandon's deck, and what went into like what type of cards?
Well, Brandon had a strong water deck, so he had a lot of magic cards that were able to help him get all my cards off the field. He had strong cards, so I had to find a deck that could only negate all of his effects, but it also gave me strong monsters to attack him, which is very tough to find because he has a very good deck.
So the water deck, Brandon, this is kind of your standard.
Yeah, I made it 4 years ago. No edits, stuck it the way it was because it's a very good deck. Rarely lets me down. Unfortunately, 2 days ago it let me down twice, but I was able to redeem myself yesterday.
Okay,
so things are right.
So the match itself happens. How did this all go down? Set the scene for us.
So
more details the better.
So we did a 2 out of 3 match. Me versus Eric, obviously, and
he brought his Xbox over to our apartment.
Xbox over.
Where
we had Wi-Fi issues. We had timing issues as well. We pushed an hour back so Eric can prepare some more. Wi-Fi was trouble, so we got on the hotspots. All old school. Still didn't have some hope, so we had to move from Eric's room. At least I did, to another teammates, Brian and Sean's room, to finally get the match going. Had a coin flip.
And it's all memories from there.
It's all,
It's all memories.
It's all memories from there, I guess,
So it's the best out of 3.
Yeah. Best out of 3. Each game, you start with 8,000 life points, and it's essentially the first person to get rid of all the other team's life points wins.
Okay. So match 1, what happens?
Match 1 was a smoke show. I just completely annihilated him. I think he came in with a little underestimation of my deck, and I was able to draw some cards that helped me get the job done.
So you're playing cards at the same time against each other?
Yeah, so we each have separate turns. So I start with a turn once I've done what I need to do. I can end my turn, and then he's able to go.
This is virtual cards. Like you have an Xbox controller, and all you see on the screen are the cards flipping like either way like this. That's it.
No different.
I don't understand how it's entertaining.
No different than solitaire on a PC, Same thing.
Great point.
One of my grandma's favorite games.
Thank you. Any card game.
Any card game.
Go fish, anything.
Yeah.
This is
the whole thing about solitaire. You play by yourself.
Except.
It's not like I'm going worldwide with this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
There's cool monsters involved. Like it's like solitaire with dragons. Like, why would you not play?
An upgrade.
I think Yu-Gi-Oh should hire you to their marketing campaign.
Yeah,
no problem.
Influencers. Yu-Gi-Oh influencers.
I should be sponsored.
So you're up 1-0. The most dangerous scoreline in Yu-Gi-Oh, as they say.
Yeah.
What happens in match 2?
Match 2, I would say in match 1, I drew a hand that wasn't very pleasing. Put me in a hole from the beginning, which same thing that happened in match 2. I lost about all my life points, so it was 8,000 to 1,500 at the time, and I was like, oh, I might lose, but then realizing who I was, if I just used my tactics and my strong Yu-Gi-Oh brain, I was able to turn it around. Didn't touch my life points the rest of the duel, and I think I had him worried for a second that it would happen again in the third match, but unfortunately made a couple rookie mistakes that cost me the third duel as well.
So Eric, third match.
Third match, I had to come out with confidence because now we're tied 1-1 at the wall, and this is the overtime, right? It's the overtime of your soccer game. You have to put all your best cards in. You have to get the job done. And
block the shot, no matter what.
You got to block the shot no matter what. You got to put your body on the line. And I put my monsters on the line.
Just got better as a player, eh?
Yeah. Put them on the line, and I trusted the heart of my cards. Unlike Brandon, I don't rely on a good hand. I don't rely on the good cards. I trust every card in my deck, and I was able to destroy all of his life points in 3 turns, and he didn't touch mine.
What Eric is not describing is the absolute scenes in his bedroom after he won. He was a nervous wreck, sitting on top of his bed, and when he won, you would have thought he was lifting the World Cup trophy there. It was incredible.
Was it the same feeling?
Oh, same. Very, very similar feeling.
You guys got on the open bus tour through the city.
Yeah, I felt like it.
Golden controller.
Culver's round.
He would treat himself to Culver's.
Got it.
Had to.
Got it. Do it.
Unbelievable. I mean, the whole fact of this on here, I know the most important thing is I think we squashed some of the little thing that they had between us. So I was kind of just creeping into the locker room, but we need to get them out of this content swamp. They're ruining the segment.
Yeah.
Like this is beneath us.
I got one last question though. Brandon, you're gonna be dressing up as a Yu-Gi-Oh character, correct? As part of this bet.
It seems like it, you know. I mean, I used to do it. I think I
For the
had,
fans.
I think it was first grade through fourth grade. All my pictures were in a Yu-Gi-Oh shirt, Slime of the Sky Dragon. I wore the
Great
same
card.
shirt 4 years in a row, and yeah.
Do you know which character you'll dress up as?
I mean, I can't remember if there was a character of my skin tone, but I can try to do some research and find a character I can look like.
And any kind of embarrassment that you have to post a public Instagram apology to Eric as well for this.
No problem, yeah, no problem.
So you're willing to do it all.
Yeah, no problem.
So there's no resentment. You're not gonna go at him and like create a rap beef now.
No, I mean, I dueled him last night and got my moral redemption.
I think the other piece here that people don't realize, like when these guys are sitting in the corner when they're not going at each other over Yu-Gi-Oh, the other thing these two yahoos have going is both of them think they're rappers. So Eric has a rap name, Brandon has a rap name, they're producing tracks, it's ridiculous. But that's where I thought that maybe Brandon might come back over the top and go after Eric in the rap game.
You can't come at me at the rap game because we work together to make our tracks, so that's just not for the best interest of our future.
Yeah, for the production studio.
Yeah.
That's great.
Outrageous.
Well, guys, I want to say thank you for being here today. It's been interesting to learn about all this. I wish you both luck in future duels.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to be something that's ongoing through the rest of your time here in Madison and probably beyond. I'm hoping.
Of course.
Always.
So yeah, we hope to see you in the swamp again.
Don't hold your breath. We got to reestablish the integrity of this. We got to get back to only talking about soccer tennis. We might have Eric get on as a guest and have him describe guys that won a game
My
this year.
team, no. My team.
You've had every member of the locker room on your team and you've lost.
Yes, they're not up to my standards for soccer tennis.
There's one commonality. It's you.
No, that's impossible.
You got to get Brandon on there. Brandon has.
He has not played.
No worries.
He's not played.
I'm not worried about it.
I do
do have-
hurt feelings, so I mean.
I just think that you guys are coming.
Listen, when I play soccer tennis against Connor, the net's up to here on me, and the net's down to here on him. So he just puts his foot over the net and drops the ball on my side every time. Nothing I can do. My legs aren't that tall. I can't get that high over the net.
Dude, you got to pick your practice.
You gotta trust in the heart of the cards.
Have you ever heard of David Bristolive?
No.
You got to outwit this man.
Yeah. Problem is, I have him on a string. Comes to the net, it's right off him.
I'm
Back
learning-
away, I'm
I'm
dropping
learning-
the drop shot.
But I'm learning now. I'm able to block and dive and move out of the way.
All right, we got to cut the soccer tennis off here.
That's
Let's go.
the best part about this.
No, you got to stop this.
Integrity.
Yeah,
Integrity.
yeah, integrity. All right, well, thank you guys, and we'll see you around.
Sounds good. Thanks for having us.
Good, thank you.